The first time Tom Holland and Zendaya appeared together, most people saw two rising stars stepping into one of the biggest superhero franchises in the world. What nobody knew at the time was that audiences were also watching the beginning of one of Hollywood's most talked about relationships unfold in real time. Over the years, fans have followed every interview, every red carpet appearance, every playful interaction, and every quiet moment that hinted at something deeper between them. But what makes their story so fascinating isn't just the fame, the movies, or the headlines. It's the way they've managed to keep something genuine in the middle of non-stop attention. And somehow, even after years in the spotlight, people are still trying to figure them out. Because unlike many celebrity couples that burn bright and disappear just as quickly, Tom Holland and Zendaya have built a connection that feels surprisingly grounded. Their relationship has unfolded slowly, carefully, and often away from the cameras. That mystery has only made audiences more invested. Every public appearance becomes an event. Every interview clip spreads across social media within hours. And every time they look at each other, fans immediately start analyzing the moment. So today, we're taking a deep dive into the complete relationship timeline of Tom Holland and Zendaya, from their very first meeting to where things stand now in this latest update. And trust me, some moments in this story changed everything. Back when casting announcements first revealed that Tom Holland would play Spiderman and Zendaya would join the franchise in a major role, excitement around the films was already massive. Marvel was entering a new era, and audiences were eager to see a younger version of Peter Parker brought to life on screen. At the same time, Zendaya was continuing her transition from Disney Channel star to respected actress and fashion icon. From the beginning, their chemistry stood out. During early press tours and behind-the-scenes interviews, fans noticed how naturally they interacted with each other. There was an easy humor between them. Tom often seemed energetic and spontaneous, while Zendaya brought a calm, playful confidence that balanced him perfectly. Interviews quickly became viral moments because viewers genuinely enjoyed watching them together. At first, though, both stars made it clear that they were just friends, and honestly, that made the speculation even bigger. Fans began analyzing every interaction during the press tour for Spider-Man, Homecoming, a shared laugh here, a supportive comment there, the way they teased each other in interviews. Social media only amplified the conversation. Entire fan communities became dedicated to tracking their friendship, convinced there was more happening behind the scenes. Some reports during that time suggested the two were secretly dating, but both Tom and Zendaya publicly denied the rumors. Zendaya even joked about the speculation in interviews, while Tom continued emphasizing their friendship. For a while, it genuinely seemed possible that fans were simply projecting romantic chemistry onto two co-stars who got along well, but even then, there was something different about the way they supported each other. As both stars became more famous, they continued speaking highly of one another in interviews. Tom regularly praised Zendaya's intelligence and professionalism, while Zendaya often talked about Tom's kindness and dedication. Their bond seemed to deepen naturally over time, and that's where things became interesting. Unlike many celebrity relationships that begin with flashy public appearances, Tom and Zendaya's connection appeared to grow quietly in the background. There were long stretches where they weren't constantly photographed together outside of work, which only fueled curiosity. Fans kept wondering whether they were intentionally keeping things private or whether there truly was nothing romantic happening at all. Then came the moment that changed the entire conversation. Photos surfaced showing the two sharing a kiss inside a car, and almost instantly, the internet exploded. After years of speculation, audiences finally felt like they had confirmation that the relationship rumors were real. The reaction online was enormous. For many fans, it felt like the ending of a years-long mystery. Social media flooded with reactions, memes, emotional posts, and celebration from people who had followed their journey since the beginning. Unlike controversial celebrity relationships that divide audiences, this one was met with overwhelming excitement. People genuinely wanted to see them happy together. But what stood out most was what happened next. Tom and Zendaya still didn't suddenly transform into a highly public celebrity couple. They didn't immediately begin posting constant romantic content online or turning their relationship into a media spectacle. Instead, they continued handling things carefully and privately. That decision may be one of the biggest reasons their relationship has lasted. In modern celebrity culture, relationships often play out publicly from start to finish. Every argument becomes a headline. Every rumor becomes trending news. Every social media post gets dissected for hidden meaning. But Tom and Zendaya have consistently maintained boundaries between their public image and personal lives. Of course, that hasn't stopped fans from paying attention to every detail. Whenever they attend events together, cameras immediately focus on them. Their red carpet appearances became some of the most talked about celebrity moments online, and every interaction seemed to reinforce the idea that their connection was built on genuine friendship as much as romance. That foundation matters. When you look back at their timeline, one thing becomes clear very quickly. Their relationship didn't appear overnight. It evolved over years of working together, growing together, and experiencing global fame side by side. They understood the pressures each other faced because they were living through many of the same experiences. That shared understanding likely strengthened their bond in ways outsiders can't fully see. As the Spider-Man franchise continued growing, so did public fascination with their relationship. Fans loved watching how naturally they supported one another during premieres, interviews, and award shows. There was never a sense that either person was trying to outshine the other. Instead, they consistently celebrated each other's success. Tom openly praised Zendaya's performances in projects outside Marvel, especially as her acting career reached new levels of acclaim. Meanwhile, Zendaya continued supporting Tom's expanding career choices and speaking proudly about his work ethic. And somewhere along the way, they became more than just a celebrity couple. They became one of the internet's favorite love stories. Part of that comes from how relatable their dynamic feels despite their massive fame. Their interactions often resemble two people who genuinely enjoy spending time together, rather than carefully curated publicity moments. Whether they're joking during interviews or quietly supporting each other at events, audiences pick up on that authenticity. But fame always comes with pressure. As their relationship became more public, so did the scrutiny surrounding it. Every appearance sparked new headlines. Every social media interaction triggered speculation. Some fans even began creating narratives about future plans, engagement rumors, or relationship trouble based on tiny details. To their credit, Tom and Zendaya rarely fueled that speculation directly. Instead, they continued choosing privacy whenever possible. In interviews, both stars occasionally acknowledged the challenges of maintaining personal relationships while living under constant public attention. Tom especially spoke about wanting to protect aspects of their relationship from becoming entertainment for the entire world. That perspective resonated with many people, because despite their fame, there's a very human element to their story. At its core, this is still about two people trying to navigate life, careers, and relationships while millions of strangers watch every move they make. And honestly, that can't be easy. Around the middle of their relationship timeline, fans also began noticing something else. Their connection seemed increasingly stable compared to many celebrity romances. Instead of constant drama or public conflict, their relationship appeared calm, supportive, and consistent. That doesn't mean everything was perfect behind the scenes. No relationship is. But from a public standpoint, they avoided many of the controversies that often surround high-profile couples. And here's where the story takes another fascinating turn. As both Tom Holland and Zendaya matured professionally, their individual careers exploded in different directions. Zendaya became one of the most respected young actresses in Hollywood, earning praise for emotionally complex performances and becoming a dominant force in fashion and entertainment. Tom continued expanding beyond Spider-Man with challenging dramatic roles that showcased his range as an actor. For many couples, that level of individual success can create distance, but for them, it often seemed to strengthen mutual admiration instead. There's something compelling about watching two people evolve individually while still maintaining a connection together. Fans witnessed both stars transition from young actors into fully established global celebrities, yet their bond remained intact through those changes. And that's rare in Hollywood, especially when relationships begin at such a young age. Another reason audiences remain invested in Tom and Zendaya is because their story feels unfinished in the best possible way. Even now, people continue wondering what comes next for them. Will they collaborate again on future films? Will they become even more public over time? Could they eventually take major steps forward in their relationship? Of course, much of that remains speculation, but the curiosity itself speaks to how emotionally connected fans feel to their journey. At this point, Tom and Zendaya have become more than actors promoting blockbuster movies. They represent a kind of modern celebrity relationship that many audiences find refreshing. There's glamour and fame, yes, but there's also restraint, mutual respect, and a noticeable effort to protect what matters most. And maybe that's why people continue rooting for them. Because underneath the headlines and viral clips, their relationship often feels surprisingly real. There's also an important detail that sometimes gets overlooked. Both Tom and Zendaya entered adulthood under intense public attention. They grew up with cameras following them, online commentary analyzing them, and social media amplifying every success and mistake. That environment can easily distort relationships. Yet somehow, they seem to have found balance within it. Not perfect balance, necessarily, but enough balance to maintain longevity in an environment where many celebrity relationships struggle to survive. As newer generations of audiences discover their story, the fascination only keeps growing. Younger fans revisit old interview clips and behind-the-scenes moments, searching for early signs that the romance was developing long before anyone officially knew. Entire compilations online are dedicated to tracking the evolution of their relationship from friendship to romance. And honestly, some of those early moments feel completely different when viewed in hindsight. Small interactions that once seemed casual suddenly appear much more meaningful. The way they looked at each other during interviews, the comfort they shared during press tours, the quiet support visible in tiny moments most people initially overlooked. It's almost like watching the beginning of a story before realizing how important those scenes would eventually become. At the same time, it's important to separate confirmed information from public speculation. Over the years, countless rumors have circulated online about breakups, engagements, secret plans, and future projects. But Tom and Zendaya themselves have remained relatively selective about what they choose to share publicly. That restraint has become part of their identity as a couple. In an era where celebrity relationships are often documented minute by minute online, their privacy feels almost unusual. And ironically, that privacy may be exactly what keeps audiences so invested. People are naturally curious about things they can't fully access. Still, every once in a while, they give fans a glimpse into their world, a thoughtful interview comment, a red carpet moment, a candid photo, a supportive message during an important career milestone. And every time it happens, the internet pays attention. Because after all these years, Tom Holland and Zendaya still carry the kind of chemistry that audiences instantly notice. Not just romantic chemistry, but genuine partnership. The kind built on familiarity, trust, humor, and mutual understanding. That energy can't easily be manufactured, and perhaps that's the biggest reason their relationship continues capturing global attention even now. As we reach this latest chapter in their timeline, one thing feels increasingly clear. Their story was never really about dramatic headlines or non-stop public displays of affection. It was about consistency, growth, timing, friendship evolving into something deeper, and in a world obsessed with fast-moving celebrity culture, that slower, more grounded approach stands out. There's also something undeniably cinematic about the way their relationship unfolded. Two young actors meet while starring in one of the world's biggest franchises. Fans immediately sense chemistry. Years of speculation follow. Friendship deepens quietly behind the scenes. Eventually, the romance becomes undeniable. And through it all, both individuals continue growing into major stars in their own right. If that storyline appeared in a movie script, people would probably say it sounds too perfect. Yet real life somehow made it even more compelling because audiences watched it happen organically over time. And now, years after those first Spider-Man interviews, the fascination still hasn't faded. If anything, it's grown stronger. Because people aren't just invested in celebrity gossip anymore. They're invested in the emotional continuity of the story itself. They've watched Tom and Zendaya navigate fame, adulthood, pressure, and success together. That creates a sense of emotional attachment that goes far beyond ordinary entertainment news. So what does the future hold for them? Honestly, only they know. Maybe they'll continue keeping most of their relationship private. Maybe fans will eventually see more public milestones. Maybe future collaborations will bring them back on screen together again. Or maybe they'll continue building their lives quietly away from constant attention. Whatever happens next, their relationship has already become one of the defining celebrity love stories of this generation. Not because it was the loudest, but because it felt believable. And perhaps that's the final twist in this entire timeline. In an industry built around spectacle, Tom Holland and Zendaya captured people's attention by doing the opposite. They moved carefully, they protected their privacy, they allowed their connection to evolve naturally instead of turning it into constant public content. That choice may have made all the difference, and maybe that's why audiences continue rooting for them after all this time. Because somewhere beneath the blockbuster movies, the red carpets, and the viral headlines, people still recognize something simple and timeless at the center of their story. Two people who genuinely seem happy together. And honestly, that's sometimes the most compelling story of all. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Tom Holland and Zendaya's relationship timeline, let us know your favorite moment from their journey in the comments below. Do you think their story is one of Hollywood's most genuine modern romances? Or do you believe the best chapter is still ahead of them? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more celebrity timelines and entertainment stories, and share this video with someone who's been following Tom and Zendaya's journey from the very beginning.